You ever heard the expression, a dog is a man's best friend? It's a funny thought, eh? If I think about it, these two probably are my best friends. If a measure of a friend is all the favorite things you love to do, they're my best friends. Like me, they love the country. I may survive in the city, but truthfully, as a farmer's son, I live in the country. The reason we say a dog is a man's best friend is they hunt like us. What we make up for, what we offer in sights and a big brain, they make up for in ears and scents. Not that long ago, I lost one of these dogs out here. For 3 days and 2 nights, I looked for her. That's not lost on me. 3 days and 2 nights. In fact, the last night I'd all but given up. And I sat there dwelling upon the fact that I lost her. You know, she decided to take off after a deer. Wouldn't come back. I began to think about a whole lot of other things I'd lost in my life. A couple of best friends. And then, like I should have done 2 days before, well, really, it belongs in prayer. I began to think about every mother who ever lost a child. Every person who ever thought they were unloved. Every father who lost a son. I know too many of those. As I took it to prayer, I thought about how am I going to get her back? That morning, when I'd all but given up, a postal employee, no less, phoned my house. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, said, "I think I found your dog." Really, she'd found her leash, her collar, not her. But it gave me a good insight of where she was. So I said to my youngest, I said, "We need to go one more time." And both these two dogs are rescues. They're capable. They came from a life where they lived like wild animals at one point. So we're going to go look for her like you and I know how to look for things. We came out here and... What are you looking for out there? we came out here, walked for hours. I said, we got to start thinking like we're hunting and not like we're looking for a pet. She's the dog she is, not the pet we want her to be. For about 3 hours, we searched for her. I found signs of her. I heard her voice. At one point, we caught her just over there in a marsh. She was hunting, like she is right now. Although this time she's tied to a leash. I called her out. She wouldn't come to me. And I looked at my son and said, "You know, you have to go. She loves you in a way that she's bonded to you. She knows you. She's all but forgotten me already. You need to go find her." And he walked off in the bush without a thought. I waited patiently, and an hour later, he comes back with her. It's been a long time since I felt that kind of joy. As I brought this to prayer, 2 stories came to mind, two chapters came to mind in the Gospels. Matthew in 18 tells us this beautiful story of the lost sheep, the shepherd who goes to look for the lost sheep. But Luke, as he's prone to do, he lands it better for us. Luke 15 is this magnificent. Really, it's the gospel within the gospel. Many times, people come to me and ask me, how would you read the Gospels, or how would you read the Bible? And so, well, if you want to read the Bible, you start by reading a little bit of it. Inevitably, I'd ask them, I said, you really need to read Luke 15. Scholars will tell you it's the gospel within the gospel. It hinges the two sides of Luke together. There's a literary reason for it. That's not the point. The point in Luke 15 is he tells the parable of the lost sheep, followed by the parable of the lost coins, followed by the parable of the lost son. Jesus didn't come here to look for sheep. And I'm sure there's lots of farmers out there really concerned about their cattle, but they're way more concerned about their sons and their daughters than they are about their cattle. He didn't come to look for lost coins either. And there are lots of people in our world, quite frankly, who value their money more than they do people. But Luke lands it. The story is the prodigal son. I found her. She was off some great distance. If I'd have ran towards her, she'd have just ran away. My son brought her home. That's not lost on me either. The point is this, and that's the genius of Luke 15. And I think Pope Francis actually has this. Well, it's defined his papacy. It's what I've come to love about the man. Mercy and joy belong together. You experience them together. When he brought her home, I felt a joy I hadn't felt in a long time, and I thought about a mercy received by so many others. God sent his only son into the world, not because you're loved, but because first you are in fact lovable. You're worth it. There's more joy in heaven when one comes home, he says, than the 99 who are already there. Ha.